Hello, everyone. Today's email question is, how does one plant a seed in the mind and water it so it comes to manifestation? How does one plant a seed in the mind and water it so it comes to manifestation? What a most beautiful question. Now, the asker of the question is using the analogy of the gardener. So let's begin there. How does the gardener choose what type of seeds to plant? The gardener chooses the type of seeds to plant based upon what they would like to eat from their garden, what they would like to experience. So now that I've said that, what law is it? It is the law of cause and effect. Every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. If you know the cause, you can predict the effect. And if you know the effect, you can generate the cause. Example. I would love to enjoy some plump, juicy strawberries. So the gardener makes their way down to the garden center and they say, "Ooh, I want to grow strawberries in my garden." And what does the helper give them? The helper gives them a strawberry sapling. Now, based upon the laws of cause and effect, if you know the cause, strawberry plant, you can predict the effect. Plump red strawberries. Cause and effect. No feelings, no emotions, just cause and effect. But what if it's a new car? Well, the cause is the desire for a new car. But what is the effect? What would you like to experience with your new car? This is why it helps to know the year, make, model, color. Because that's the effect you want to have. So now that you know the cause, a new car, and the effect is year, make, and model, what is your next course of action? Your next obvious course of action is to make sure that the desire or seed that you have planted is confirmed by your thoughts. Because remember, all is mind. Everything in the world is simply your mind casting its shadow. Everything in the world is your mind casting its shadow. So if the desire is that year, make, model, color, whether standard or automatic, gasoline or electric or diesel, what does the law tell you? The law says, if you plant it, you shall reap it. But do you see what we do as humans? We allow our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and touch to become weeds of doubt in our garden. That is what we do. Well, do I have enough money for that new car? I don't know. I have so many other things to pay for. Is a new car really necessary? Am I being too opulent? But I don't have good credit. You see what you've done? You've now created a new cause. And whichever cause is stronger is the effect you will experience. How do you know which one is stronger? How do you know which cause is stronger? Well, it's the cause that you've been practicing longer. If you find, because that's a very popular question as well, I got the opposite of my manifestation. No. One cannot get the opposite of their manifestation because the law tells you what? If you know the cause, you can predict the effect. And if you know the effect, you can generate the cause. So you always get what it is that you've planted. So if your seed of doubt that this thing is possible, if that is the seed you plant, then that is the fruit you must bear. So you see, it is never the opposite. It is not the opposite, because the law tells you as within, so without. As within, so without is correspondence. They match. They are not opposites. So, that is the answer to your question. There's no time for doubt. There's no time for fretting. There's no time for worry. Because as a gardener, when you go out and you till the soil and you get it all plump and you get those fat, juicy worms in the soil and the ants that are in there to aerate your soil, and you fertilize that soil, which is your mind. You get it ready. How do you get your mind ready? By knowing the laws. This is how one gets their mind ready. By knowing and practicing the laws. That's how you get your mind ready. So now that when you put a seed in the ground, your thoughts, your feelings, they confirm. Why must they confirm? The confirmation is the cause. And if you know the cause, you can predict the effect. So why worry about what action you should take? Why? You've planted the seed. Now the Bible tells you, you reap what you sow. Any person making breakfast will tell you, if I squeeze an orange, I'm not going to get grapefruit juice, am I? This is the law. If we pay attention to nature, because they are the laws of creation, and all nature is created, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. As within, so without. Learn the laws. This is how you cultivate your mind, your fertile soil. You don't want clay. What are you, making pottery? No. You want a nice, beautiful, rich, nitrogen-based black soil. That's what you want. So your mind must be fully aware of the laws, so that when you use the law, because the law happens, manifestation happens with or without you, it doesn't care. It is simply creation. It happens. But you either fall in line with it and thrive, or you fight and struggle against it with your doubts and your fears and your worries. Don't for one moment think that I am somehow not human and that I don't have to re-divert my mind to where I want it to be. I do. But you see, my biggest driving factor is this: cultivate my mind with the knowledge of the law, because this is now where you will get your wisdom from. The more you apply the knowledge, that is wisdom. So you see, use the law. Use them. They're there for that purpose. Ignorance of the law does not excuse you. So what is it that you want to plant today? Well, be like the gardener and decide, ooh, I would love cantaloupe. I would love strawberries. I would love sugar snap peas. I just love the taste. I would love a nice crunchy Spartan apple. Be clear about what it is you would like to experience, because it is the effect that will now generate the cause, because that cause that you've now generated will tell you what action you need to take next. And it is a very natural action to take. If one is thirsty, you don't eat, because it is not natural. If one is hungry, they do not drink. It is not natural. So whatever action it is that you take to assist in the manifestation will be a natural action. Whether it is pick up the phone and call a particular person, go to a particular location, it is natural because you're already doing it and it makes perfect sense. Right? So, I trust that that answered your question, my dear questioner. It was a very beautiful question. Simply cultivate your mind with the knowledge of the laws, so that when you have a desire, you already know that the desire is fulfilled. Because why? You can predict it. You can predict the outcome because you knew what the cause was. And if you don't know the cause, you simply have to ask yourself, well, then what would I like to experience? And like the faithful gardener, you know that if you want to experience a particular fruit, then that is what you must plant. So remember, if you practice the law, you will eliminate doubt, worry, and fretting. Because then you have doubt, worry, fretting, fear. Well, those are new causes and new seeds that you've planted. And once you've planted that seed, now you can predict what you're going to experience. So you see, you are always in control. If you don't feel like you're in control, that is the cause of the lack of control in your life. Because you've planted a lack of control. Well, then you can only reap not having control. But I digress. I've yacked on long enough. If it makes sense, drop me a line. I'm also going to post an ebook in the description for you. Because naturally, because of this question, remember I told you, naturally you do what comes. I decided to do what? Write a short ebook with a step-by-step process called Manifestation 101. Because naturally, that's what I do. I teach, right? So you see, practice the law, my friends. Practice the law. Right? Let me know what your thoughts are, because I love communicating with you. That's almost 15 minutes of yakety yakking. I do thank you for your incredible patience with me. Much love.